Right on to the real, much love to these haters. It's time for the Lakers. It's time for the Lakers. Right on to the real, much love to these haters. It's time for the Lakers. It's time for the Lakers. Right on to the real, much love to these haters. It's time for the Lakers. It's time for the Lakers.
Man, what is happening, my YouTube family? Of course, it is your boy B New. I'm coming at you on this Friday. And first and foremost, as always, want to send out positive vibrations and blessings to anybody who could be listening. Now, with all that being said, we all know that the Los Angeles Lakers are going to be in action tonight against the Milwaukee Bucks. I'm going to have a preview on that in just a moment. But before I get to that, just want to talk about the last game that the Lakers played against Portland. I believe that was on Wednesday night before having a day off on yesterday. And I meant to come to you all on yesterday, but it was quite a hectic and eventful day. So just want to break that game down a little bit before I get into the preview of tonight's matchup. And of course, how I think the Lakers are going to do out on this East Coast road trip. So some of us going to be enjoying the Lakers not playing out on the West Coast, so you don't have to stay up late and watch all these games. You know what I'm saying? For old timers like me, you need to go on and get your rest. But anyway, first of all, I just want to point out how great LeBron James looked coming back from that poor performance that he had against Indiana. And I know he tweaked his ankle during that game and didn't look as good as he did towards the end of the game as he did in the beginning. Not sure how much pain he was enduring and how much that had to do with some of the bunnies that he missed in the fourth quarter. But, you know, we talked about that already, so no need to go into that game. But let's say they did come back and play much improved. And I'm telling you something right now, LeBron James and Anthony Davis playing at the performance that they're playing at right now is going to be very formidable, and they're going to make a run in this Western Conference and contend. I don't care what anybody says, now, keep this in mind, as long as the role players step up and continue to do their jobs. And I'm talking about none other than Austin Reeves, who's been playing great. If he can continue to play the way that he's playing, being able to create his own shot now. At first, you know, you can tell he's grown a lot from last year because he wasn't doing a whole lot of that. Now he had a nice move where he went baseline, spent around, and he got the reverse layup. He got the patented spin around move where he's hitting around, spin around, hit the fadeaway. So, you know, Austin Reeves is looking nice, and we all know that he is pretty savvy on the defensive end of the floor. Of course, when he's outside, it's going to be rather difficult for him to be able to defend larger players. But at the end of the day, playing in the correct position, then he won't have any issues at all, except when going against great superstars, because we all know that good offense beats good defense every time. And, you know, Austin Reeves is continuing to look better. The Lakers were without Troy Brown and Lonnie Walker. Troy Brown, to me, has been kind of up and down this season. And I know there's been talks of trades. We're going to get into that in just a moment, too. But, you know, Troy Brown, Lonnie Walker, I think would be missed more by the Lakers when he was out. Both of them dealing with left foot soreness, which is crazy. The Lakers had two people out with same thumb problem, not two players out with left foot soreness. LeBron had left foot soreness earlier, so go figure. I don't know what's going on, but at the end of the day, the Lakers still look good because they have other role players who have been willing to step up and doing great. And let's not forget, Russell Westbrook is coming off your bench. So regardless, that's somebody, you know, a Hall of Fame type caliber player who can still come off the bench and get things done. Russell Westbrook, who hit two very big shots in the game. I won't say big, but, you know, at the end of the second quarter when he hit the step away three-pointer was a nice shot to keep the Lakers momentum because they had been having trouble ending quarters. And then the shot at the end of the third from half court, not caring about his field goal percentage and heaving it up, which he took a very good shot at it and it went in. So that was good to get the crowd into it. And then I started to say, hold on, let's not start celebrating too soon, because we all know what happened when they celebrated too early against Indiana. And of course, Portland had just blown a big lead themselves. So it was a war of attrition to see who was going to be the better of the two teams. Of course, the game started off, and for whatever reason, they had Pat Bev guarding Jeremy Grant. That wasn't such a good idea. Pat Bev, you know, he does lack size, and he can, you know, guard other people who he lacks size on as far as height-wise, people like Kevin Durant, because I've seen him give taller players fits. But when it comes to somebody like Jeremy Grant, who is much more of a physical specimen, who is going to find a way to exploit a mismatch. And if you get somebody like Pat Bev on him, he is definitely going to exploit that. One thing I did want to mention as far as LeBron James' numbers was fantastic. 31 points, 7 assists, 8 rebounds, 6 from 8 from 3, which is amazing. 6 from 8 from 3, that's what, 70, 80%, who knows, somewhere in there. That is outstanding. And I just want to say, since LeBron James returned 4 games, and we do know that one of those games against the Indiana Pacers, he played subpar, but the 4 games since he's been back, the 2 games against San Antonio, the game against Indiana, as well as the game against Portland, LeBron James has scored an average of 28 points, shooting 50% from the field goal, which is at his career average, which he's slightly above that. And, there were some concerns, entering the season that LeBron was shooting his career lows of like 42%. And I've been telling everybody, had to do something with that foot, and that groin injury was a blessing in disguise to where he can actually go out now and be himself and take these 3-point shots and make them quite effectively. And we do know he's going to have some off games, but that was yet another good game. And since he's been back, like I said, 28 points per game, 50% field goal, and who would have thought it? 50% from 3, even with that 3 from 10 game against Indiana, because of the way he made up for it with the 6 to 8 from 3 against the Pacers, that showed that he is still shooting 50% from the floor and 50% from 3. And that's damn good when you shoot 50% from 3, because if somebody's shooting 40% from 3, they'll take it all day long in the NBA. Trust and believe. And then, of course, AD had a great game, too, to go along with it. And that's what I'm saying. They're going to be very formidable for opponents, because Anthony Davis having 27 points and 12 rebounds is something that the Lakers welcome, and that's something that LeBron is going to continue to do to feed AD. He had one beautiful wraparound pass where AD should have flushed it on the smaller defender, but he couldn't quite finish because he got bumped a little bit, and LeBron was like, come on, bro, you got to finish that for me. And people say that's because LeBron won his assist numbers, which, by the way, I think he's 9 assists away from passing the great Magic Johnson, so who knows what might happen tonight if the Lakers get it shaken against Milwaukee. But I think he was more so wanting AD to finish that because it was a beautiful pass, man. The pass was beautiful. The wraparound pass on the money. AD caught it and just couldn't quite finish. And you know what? That's going to happen from time to time. So, no knock against AD. But like I said, since LeBron James returned, 28 points, 50%, man, that's crazy. Then I want to really touch on what Thomas Bryant was able to do. And I kind of like the fact that the Lakers were shorthanded, because don't forget, Gabriel has been there as the cleanup man. He's playing quite well. I'm impressed about what he can do on the floor, and he's gaining confidence. But Thomas Bryant can be another big man for the Lakers. So the Lakers finally decided to go big because Portland was going big, and the matchup called for that. And Thomas Bryant actually hit a 3 from the top of the key. He was 1 from 3 during that game, 1 for 3 for 3 during that game with that one long shot he made at the top of the key, which was good. Actually, I think it was his first 3-pointer of the year. He hadn't really attempted any, but he hadn't had a lot of playing time either. So if the Lakers can stretch the floor with a big man like that and still get Anthony Davis room to operate, and they can play big, that is going to be a handful for some teams, because and I kind of didn't want to get into it yet, but that's kind of a good segue until for the Lakers, or what they're going to be going up against tonight against the Milwaukee Bucks, because the Bucks, as you all know, is going to start Brook Lopez, and then they got Giannis. So that way AD can solely focus on Giannis, and that way improve to the world that he's a top 5 player, because we all know Giannis is considered the best player in the NBA right now by many, and probably including me. It's really what I think, because he's diversified his game and been able to stretch the floor now, and has been a lot more dependable and reliable from the 3-point line. I don't care if he bullets his way to the basket. Damn it, he gets it in, and that's the same thing with LeBron. So at the end of the day, man, Giannis is a force to be had. But going back to what I was saying, as far as the matchups, you're going to have Anthony Davis, who can play against Giannis. I think he's looking forward to that matchup. He should be embracing that matchup. And then, because, Milwaukee starts with Brook Lopez, I'm surely hoping, and I'm pretty sure this is going to happen, that Thomas Bryant will get the nod tonight and start with Anthony Davis. It would only make sense to me, because if you go AD at the 5 and AD has the 10 with Brook Lopez, that's going to leave Bron at the 10 with Giannis. And not saying that he can't, but Bron is up in age, and that's gonna, if he has to defend him on the defensive end, that's gonna take away him on the offensive end, and he's not gonna have as much energy to go out and get the points that the Lakers need for him to get. So with all that being said, I want to see Bryant at the 5 and AD at the 4, LeBron at the 3. Now, if they do elect to have AD at the 5 and LeBron at the 4 still, I know that AD could come over and defend Giannis, but if that's the case, who's going to defend Brook Lopez? He's going to take advantage. So I would be surprised to see and I know that's not the projected starting lineup was going around on the internet, but me personally, if Darvin Ham is as good a coach as I think he's becoming, then I think he wants to win this game back in Milwaukee. That's where he coached it. Assistant coach won a championship there. I think he's been there for a number of years. So he wants to come back and show up and show out. And I think if he's smart, he would put Thomas Bryant in at 5, put AD in the 4, LeBron in the 3. I know he's gonna put Pat Bev and Dennis Schroeder. That would not be good, because then, Pat Bev can go out and match up against Drew Holiday and play good defense or whatever, but you're going to need some more scoring. And unfortunately, Pat Bev is not and has not been the answer for that. I would like to see Austin Reeves continue to stay in that starting lineup, or either Lonnie Walker, if he's going to be available tonight, and maybe have Dennis Schroeder, Austin Reeves, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and Thomas Bryant. I just hope they don't come out with a dumb lineup, get behind too early, and then, get down by so much of a lead that it's too late for them to figure out. My prediction for the game is the Lakers get a W. That's only if they come out with the lineup that I said, and if they do fall behind, hurry up and make the adjustments before they fall too far behind, because with Russell Westbrook coming off the bench, with the other role players, they're gaining confidence. Austin Reeves playing as well as he's playing. The Lakers have been getting, the past few games, getting 5 and 6 players in double figures. I think that's key. Whenever you can have contributions from the team throughout, and you're going to be more successful, and that's what the Lakers have been doing, getting more contributions from their role players, and that's what I expect to see tonight. And if I had to predict how this game is going to go, the Lakers shored up their third quarter issues the other night. If they can do the same tonight, I can see a close game. I see Milwaukee probably, go out there and jump up by a little bit of lead, being at home, of course, and getting up for the Lakers. But I see Anthony Davis having a monster game, maybe not necessarily on the offensive end, which he might try to prove a point, but I think on the defensive end is where you're going to see him really step up, and especially if Thomas Bryant starts at the 5, that's going to allow AD to play the 4, which is going to be allowing him to roam around the floor more, and to be able to pick up weak side help if he needs to. And also tonight, when you just know it, Chris Middleton, I think, is planning his return. He hadn't played all year because of the injury he's been dealing with, and he's expected to return tonight. So he might be a little bit rusty. That may play into the Lakers' favor. And that's why I also think it's important for LeBron to play that 3 spot, and then you can rotate the lineup. I wish it would just be, Schroeder at the 1, Austin Reeves at the 2, LeBron at the 3, AD at the 4, Bryant at the 5, and then, you can rotate Gabriel in at the 5. You can rotate, Anthony, damn it, y'all know who I'm talking about. You can rotate Lonnie Walker in at the 3. You can rotate Pat Bev in at the 2. You can do, of course, Westbrook at the 1. But as far as that 4 position, that's why I think the Lakers lack size, and that's why they need to make a trade. Because if you're starting Anthony Davis and Thomas Bryant, that only leaves Wayne and Gabriel as somebody. Oh, I forgot about Damon Jones. Maybe Damon Jones can make a resurgence tonight and help back up Thomas Bryant when needed. And that way AD can play the 4 spot all game long. But if there's times when Giannis isn't in the game, then there may be, times where AD can move over to the 5. But I trust in Darvin Ham to make the right decisions to bring the Lakers to a victory tonight. If they don't, then, at the end of the day, the Lakers' next 5 games on the road, they got the Bucks, the Wizards, the Cavs, the Raptors, and the Pistons. I think they're going to take care of business against Detroit, even though Detroit beat Dallas last night. Dallas missed a lot of free throws, but at the end of the day, they can beat Detroit. They can beat the Raptors. They had the Cavs right in their hands where they wanted them earlier in the year, and that was before they gelled, and they just gave the game away because they weren't capable of finishing just yet, because I don't think they had completely got their chemistry. But I think that's a winnable game, even though it's in Cleveland. LeBron going to try to show up and show out, but that's a good matchup because you got on this road trip, and I think I left somebody out. I think I did leave somebody out. The 76ers, if I'm not mistaken, is somewhere in there. I think either after the Raptors game or in between the Cavs and the Raptors game, or in between the Raptors and Pistons game. But either way it go, Anthony Davis going to get a chance to go against Embiid. He's going to get a chance to go against Giannis, and he's going to get a chance to go against Jared Allen, all perennial all-stars in this league. So I'm looking forward to this road trip, and sometimes they build even more camaraderie for the team to get away from the home crowd. And then when they get back, they're going to have Boston. So it's not going to get any easier for the Lakers. But I, for one, am confident, especially if LeBron James keeps shooting the way he's shooting from 3, man, it's over with. Put a fork in it. It's done, and I'm, as always, looking forward to it. So we're going to talk more about it maybe post-game late tonight or either tomorrow. We'll recircle what the Lakers were able to do against the Bucks. If you haven't done so already, you know what to do. Hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe as we continue to go through this season. And as always, this has been your boy B New. I'm saying right on to the real and much love to these haters. I'm out.